want to call about Svtv Africa, so if I'm DJ Nyame, when him said they be no Sunday evening be no this our program with teachings with Bremo, ghetto life story edition we idea yesu as mo amhwe we nya drug addict ni omokasa we addiction professional counselor Sanke Steven Sanke no this are teachings we bre dey bia o Svtv Africa so yedisua de wo hwe program na wa so amobi na wo mo wi so abehwe bi na yedisua be tie teachings na se onye addict mpo a utie a ebe prepare your mind and I obesua bibi so efim se na be ya uni ubehu left and right so what I say enti ene oni ene so the episode 7 brain our channel we so but before we start momenda aseda shipping limited as mo UK am person mo dem parcels dem goods ni nyama bagana na mo frɛ aseda shipping limited omo ba ofie bebia o UK bia from mo ba be pick nyama na boxes ni bibia na omo de go container num na omo ship omo update we bia as ship na 2 omo catch ship na be lande omo catch omo clear omo catch till the timer bibia be set address or be mom na de no me dey bro aseda shipping limited omo numbers na go screen so no obetimi afa na wa WhatsApp omo so want me frɛ omo numbers no UK numbers na nko na 3 obetimi a WhatsApp omo na update bibia question bi obeso obisa be WhatsApp na ka jam so advert no Svtv Africa DJ Nyame na kan na obeso finding out enquiries kakra bi omo bibia rundown here bia aseda shipping limited no size yenko tie Steven Sanke, addiction professional counselor, as all the teachings we bring.
You are welcome once again to our addiction program that we've been bringing to you. My kind courtesy of Svtv Africa Foundation and the House of St. Francis. You have step 2. Last week, you have step 1. So be per se, ufi problem of addiction, you pia. What we did was that we talked about different pathways. Nipa me AUC. Nemum last week, you have step 1 home come. Before I bet me I call step 2 no, it is important so be a better as say. What went to me on step 1 year no, there's no way I'll bet me I call step 2 no. Me kai say last week me ba beka and me kai say the most important step was step 1. And no na ne here say ko bia be no 100%. When to me anya 100% now you 99.9% crampo na you will not succeed. And no as you saying we talked about surrender sada no. Yes so obi bia we hu say no sisi ano e do na me use ne ha me. And sana menom no ehami ekumi esem ejuma esem awari esem say ni say no sa nipa no before obetumi ape kind of solution ma ho no or say we surrender and that surrender has to be what absolute and total and no say one year ready now ka say okay me jai ni 99.9% na emo me wo after 4 years me say okay say sisi ade ache me ho atomi nti ma mensan fa mensan koka nsana obesan ko back to problem na woman dada no na mum we kwa onye lucky onko back to say na woman now after all be say crossing state na woman answer na all start program no and then no you see before I will be to me step 2 na ya ba be yen no it is important that you understand everything that we have done till now. You started we define what addiction was. You can say okay addiction will be already or using san or using droboni bia na drobia or you see sisi we hu say den e kunu na mum ontumi nja e se ne bibia nzo ontumi nja meboa e na ye keka nsem pi nsem aye kan nyina for all the past weeks were all part of step 1 no because so one tia say hu say maybe say ni say na nsa na ye me say ni say na dro na ye me a then you may struggle with what surrendering to it sa pepe na say wa wo problem bia wa brabom say nye nsampo na say certain problems ya wo na wo pese wo nya anu adura ehia say wo nipa no be hu say no or say utumi surrender problem no into straight away nyanko step 2 you see in the step 2 then we came to believe that only a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. So 12 steps we are here kind no 12 step program step 2 no what we call the solution. You beside say if someone is addicted, how can the person recover? Now step 2 of the 12 steps is what is referred to as the solution. Meaning that what in step 2, what ways that you are going to use to gain the recovery or the solution you are looking for. In our step 2, there are 2 solutions that we are going to talk about. The first one is something we call spiritual experience. Remember that make us a program with 12 step program with psycho spiritual. It is not an issue of you being religious or but this is spirituality. I told you the last time there's a little difference between spirituality and religion. In fact, religion is only different. We call Roman, or we call Pentecost, or we call Methodist. We say sorry different. No, you when you might be a different kakra. Then when you cast spirituality, it unifies everybody. Spirituality is deeper. And no, nah, I mean, religion seeks to give us what? It seeks to give us. It seeks to give us spirituality. And no, and a religion, and my yang. Into what question as no stronger, and known as an example of spirituality na kano, and you got that through what? Your church. So let's go straight to spiritual experience now. Yes, this spiritual experience, it is what? A sudden and spontaneous experience. Where before my campa, sudden and spontaneous, as it is saying, or be or consociate be on a brabum, or cause answer more sorry one day or say, wait the mean biom. No crayons to nipano cast asem no, fisa than be seen there. Nipa nim call back biom. Obi say me no me sa and na one day me hu say no ade na kum na me ka say me num biom. Sa nipa ne ka sa asem no say me num biom no fi sa da ne be sin ne ono me nsa biom. Enya asem keke no kan yo. That sudden and spontaneous change no came along with certain renewal of mind or change of mind or certain change in sudden behavior. And no a instant. Your uncle bebre oko Bible mo kra obi ti say Paul a typical example you see a 12-step program you see say Paul what only Paul before no Paul no Saul or Saul na dia na no Saul was actually going around and persecuting all the Christians until one day or ten horse no so call baby no then you see and I say light be torn and suddenly fisa dana and then you see Paul says sign and as a Saul as a sign my yes Sanity no call the end Paul. And that is how the spiritual experience works. And to wow, maybe another example, my far away with the Mr. But Lord Kenya, for example, you know him say maybe not Lord Kenya. Said no, so you see we in Robon in Bikakrasa, and now one day, and then you see him, or so no say the mean you see in Robon in Bium. Fisam ren be seen there, and then I on you see Bium here. And that is an example of what we mean by what spiritual experience. Make me have about other artists, but the agency Lord Kenya example no. Now the next one no, be a friend then spiritual awakening. Sa spiritual awakening no so say. Sa nya ye kan wo Emma spiritual experience no. Ubenya the same feeling. Nemo wo dey emba at once. A beba gradually, usually over a period of months. A beba gradually, we are going to take you to a process. So that process is what you are going to what? Gain or learn from to get that spiritual awakening we are talking about. Now, that spiritual awakening, send our level of life, our behavior, no thinking is similar to what you gain from the spiritual experience. Now, you understand? So I've mentioned two solutions in the problem of addiction: spiritual experience and then spiritual awakening. Over 12-step program now, this is where our solution is. Any problem that you are facing, you could take this 12 step very serious and you see the change that you also get in your lives. Me amitiye, I told you some time back that what me a person in recovery. Just a meso na me num insan num we anyway and I be do maybe na me to me to asubium. Me call program. I didn't get my change in one day. Aso odinti ye femu kakran until send ye recovery na ye hwehwe no. Do we stop there? No, we continue to do what we did to get the recovery we had before, to sustain the recovery that we have so far. In Tisiano, having mentioned spiritual experience and spiritual awakening, I want to also say another example. Mo kai se Bible ni mo Jesus Christ e bae no. Na adibo hoye. Your unkofo bi yesi mrebi okobe bi no hum bema bi ana yesi spirits different bi ewo ni mu. Oshia sa papa na demons ni wo ni mu na sa demons ni say we are legion no. Eje no ye. Or catch spirits and say, be gone at once. Onyaka be gone, no, and then you see all these spirits ran away and left the man. Meboa. Sa Jesus now so, esa hu obi foforo, I can say, be healed at once na nipa ni heal ye. Obi crab ban in chamber can say, Jesus, me buy yare da fie. Jesus and nina nko fie mpo, or so they call oba no ho atono. Meboa, and na o heal ye. Sa Jesus we have biomo. Na yes blind man bi wo ho. Sa blind man no. Eba Jesus so isun say Jesus same yare Jesus edi ntofi eto form edi ahwan kakra fa ho edi fa blind man ni blind man o esan kan che ne say sorry and go and wash your eye over here blind man aden na sa Jesus no 1 year sa miracle na ma blind man which is no ye nkai no. What I'm trying to say is that nyame na ye ba be di nechi na nyame na ye di nechi no ono de no ho miracle say no person perform no e no be perform into a maybe what bompire say ready, Samebe yare, and you are not getting the result. hwe wobeko baby foforo no bi nso abo sampan na wo bona ono ne ba na yasa na yare be sine. So I'm saying that understand that the change that you are looking for may not necessarily come the same way another person got their change. Yours may take another form. Obi nso there will take what? Another form. And you need to accept and understand this very clearly. This is very important. Now let us move to the explanation of the full step work. We came to believe in a power greater than ourselves to restore us to what? Sanity. We have to understand the concept of belief. You can't believe. We are likely to say it's a belief, no, a faith. But there's a slight difference between belief and any faith, no. Belief, no, normally to you can't say, to suspect in something. But faith, no, has substance. Faith in the main friend say, maybe my experience in your pain. Into more GDA say, obetumi aye bibia mam substance no substance ne say nyame na ewo mu no. Na mo belief no, ye can believe as suspect because obi a only GDA mpo wa nyame mu no could believe that what and I could suspect that nyame bi wo ho. What I say? Belief is very important. Whatever miracle you are looking for, whatever healing you are looking for in your life, it is necessary that what we believe. Without belief, none of us can do anything. Take for example, before I ne and the modern world ya womi camera ya ye try video cars etimu plane na yetinemu could up and down. It took someone to believe that these things were possible because na mebo one bo camera and kaya one bo microphone be say crown to me nsem mebo. Neither did God create a campo for us, but it took someone to believe that it was possible what to create a car and then they walk car. It took someone to believe that it was possible to even have an air condition and then they were air condition. So the concept of belief, no, obi wa wakati no say I want to be a doctor. Belief, no, intende or a doctor. It is important for you to believe that whatever we are talking about now, the 12-step program and the fact that you are capable of recovering is possible. There are people out there who are hopeless and think that they cannot recover from addiction, and so they end up what? Dying in the problem. Why? Because we started so jai 1, 2, 3 untumi njai 4, 5, 6 until we say we give it up. Me catch him maybe say me. It took me 6 times in the rehabilitation, up and down 6 times. Today I have the recovery. How come? Because I believed, even though I was failing, that's what I could get it right. So belief is the first key or first most important thing. Also be a enya. Now let us move to the other aspect. Believe what? In the existence of a power greater than ourselves. Your power greater than ourselves, sir. The last time we said, what people have said, Obi o you see drugs biano lacks self-will. And then the self-will needs to own to recover. But you can say, in addiction, it is not an issue of self-will. Forget about self-will. Yes, there's self-will, but you tried on your own. And then I'll try maybe 2 months, 3 months. It worked, right? It was self-will. But why did you come back? You stopped. Why did you come back? Or you wanted to stop, you couldn't stop. Why? Because self-will had stopped working for you. In step 2, what we are saying is that stop relying on self. If you continue to rely on self, it is the same result you are going to get. Now begin to rely on a power greater than you. Do you accept the Lord your God as your Lord and personal Savior? This is what we are talking about. Accept a God of your choice. Spiritual program is going to mean go and take the God of the Christians and now go and take the God of the Muslims. Spiritual program. It is up to you. It is your decision. But it is important that that God should be powerful enough. That God should be merciful enough. That God should be what? Loving enough. If you do not define the relationship you have with that God, whatever God you have decided now, along the line, you are going to regret. Because recovery is not just about sobriety. Yes, you may stop the drugs. The problem may go, but life could get difficult for you. A hono and I'll be saying, is that God big enough to solve your problem for you? So that's the concept of what? Believing in what? A power greater than yourself. And the final part is what? To restore us to sanity. Yenka say believe in a God keke. Yenka say believe in a God to give you a car. We are saying believe in a God to restore us what? To sanity. What is sanity? Sanity comes from a Greek word which means to be whole. You can't say you are insane. Normally we have said insanity is like madness. No, insanity is not madness. Insanity means you are not whole. You can't say you are not whole. What do we mean? We mean that we say obi onum insano, obi onum cocaine we, obi tumi say na brabo no and share that you complete here. About maybe family issues are nipa no behave correct. Maybe the person could behave well at work, could behave well in certain aspects of their life. But bano drugs na unti asida. Ukunu ko ejuma pepepe. okoba adena or what in some problem because who can work school pay because that person is not whole. A ban work now which are correct. Nemum a ban in sana the same person. So we say that person is what? Insane, not mad, insane. We are believing in a God greater than ourselves to restore us back to sanity. Meaning that sa what nyansa na yedi ko ejuma, nyansa na yedi boy brown. Yemfa sa nyansa na enye den and handle your drug or alcohol problems no. So step 2, we became what? We believed in a power greater than ourselves to restore us to sanity. Once again, this is the 12-step program that we are teaching. Yes, so biara, not just addicts, biara, but we are just going to what? Focus more on what? Substance use. So once again, this is what? The 12-step program. Step 2, came to believe that what? Only a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Let me tell you some of the barriers to belief. GDA, ya can't believe, ya can't simple. Nemo ye won nyoma bia ya anase nkofobia till now no omo mpeso mo benya GDA bia and omo ntumi enya GDA bia. And some of the I call them the barriers to belief. We call something a skeptic or we call some people skeptics. Sa skeptics for no e nkofo na wate bibi o nemo onjindi onye sure media and I cat 12-step program. Meti I make a 12-step program. Who experience in your cano. But this 12-step program has solved millions of problems with addiction all over the world. Only more. And so you catch you. And so basically, that be me the minjindi. Ajimi the nipana fase and ajimi the nipana kose. Well, that is what a skeptic. That person doubts. You will be so a friend agnostic. So agnostic no. Ojidie nu momo nemu one man evidence or say me de me hu yenti no or evidence ansana o man evidence no say okay in the mejidi ye won confirm say from atheist ne de ono waka to na kuma say me de minji nimpo say nyame wo ho me boa ono say me de minji ndi say nyame wo ho now sankofo nyina nkofo a ye program we mu when they started to what give some amount of belief to the program no now they have recovered into whether you are an atheist, an agnostic or a skeptic, no. What we are saying is that no matter where you stand, what you need is some little belief, and then you work the program, you get the change you are looking for. But there's a large group of people who normally would not see that there's a problem. The believers. Yeah, you're quite sorry, they know. You know, be the Yamisum na chichiri in a way, bia, afina san Yamisum na so afe, my yen yajide na yashishano. Ubia kwa sorry, afe, uka and say, share. Wakwa so name mum yedem bra hospital na memodu o se dabi me dia so na me koniti say ubewu because God did not create us just as spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings, we are physical beings, and we are mental beings. And if you decide only to focus on your spiritual life and forget the other aspects of your life, you will find a problem for yourself. Anytime God performed a miracle or Jesus performed a miracle, what did he say? Go and sin no more. But then nipa ne dubai na dabi na yare na mo saw yare or den okan or say go and sin no more. Adentia, how you live your life physically is also very important. So those of us who say we have strong belief in churches, in whatever we are doing, it is good. But do not let this belief become a stumbling block to your recovery you are looking for in this world. Thank you very much for being part of our session once again. Thank you, SVTV, and thank all of you. More the comments about DJ Nyame can say last week, you can brofu be brain and yesterday any tree. My yard and them also my catching the but hopefully we'll get better and better at it. Keep your questions coming in, and whatever you want to, even whether it is clarifications or you want me to lay more emphasis on something, please let us know and we'll answer them for you. Thank you, House of St. Francis, for the support you've given to all the persons in recovery till now, and then we wish to see you again next time. Thank you very much.
Wow. Yabeda Steven Sanka said they be an onyamre on his teachings we bring program we so you see there na me kwa me ka jen say o ya na brofo no do so do nti ya na on mix ne kakra twi kakra mbrim na brofo kakra mbrim nti me say ne no for me ne ko no ye be mix ne kakra say na be ya obi abeti ase so kan brofo kakra no de twi ni ba mo say na obi abeti ase nti ye beda na ase sa so na beda ase da shipping limited ase mo UK am mo de mo parcels ne mo boxes ne bibia ba Ghana mo frɛ ase da shipping limited. Our numbers na screen so no. 3 numbers. So betimi WhatsApp pick any of them now WhatsApp your mo on bejos. Bibia opesa obi so be a question bia opesa obi so mo be on bejos. Bibia wo UK bia opesa on beje onyama bagana bia na from Aseda Shipping Limited. Omo na on beje onyama so me ba clean ebi mpai ebi nyira ni nyina on sabe kan sheda shipping limited be bia organa bia so omo de bebro aseda shipping limited mo from na me stone school news so wo program ni ade na ka wakoma o no wa frɛ no de ama bia o de beba bia no ye beko e na ebi mu bi se office obi a sa 419 kofo ni yen ade esi eni so se be ye na super internet ana mo be frɛ bu a first time afi no hwɛ nti no se obi wa me nji omuni I want the person's number we have your foundation wo ho nti wo de ofrɛ ya ye de beko ye de be manipa na be presentation wo be hu bibia wa channel no so o pese ye bold so e be bo o pese ye be bold so ye mbo ye de sika no be manipa na be nti ya na omo have doubt kakra no bisa se o bia me pese sa de na ya I think say sankofo no mo ye new but mo nim ye da wo channel no so de omo hu bibia no say SVTV Africa Foundation me ma mo fan support it because ye be ye Madam say mo share SVTV Africa. Your family DJ nya Madam production team say DJ Click na nazu early 6:30. Wo share mo kroma o ka say tour na magist to tour. So tour makramo.